Man pushes over 50 shrunken humans. After they were shrunk 1,000 times, each one became a billionaire. Because of the future world's serious population boom, the doctor developed a technology to shrink human beings. These teeny tiny people eat very little every day. The living environment is also very small. Their annual output of garbage, not as much as a normal person throws away in a day. What's even more impressive is that a couple of little people also gave birth to 2 even smaller children. Their bodies are very healthy. After the human race shrunk 1,000 times, their fortune increased by 1,000 times. Luxury villas. Everyone could have one. The interior is also very luxuriously decorated. Diamond necklaces that women once couldn't afford, now they can also easily bring home. Such a good thing. Kevin and his wife also wanted to become a villain. The next day they visited the place where the villain lived, intended to do shrinkage surgery. The staff told them, if you shrink into a little person, your assets could become $15 million. The 2 men were very excited to hear that. It was so easy to become a millionaire. Before shrinking, they needed to shave all the hair on their bodies, not even the eyebrows. They had to shave all over their bodies. After lying on the bed, the nurse will take out a syringe and inject them with shrinkage potion. The most important thing is, they must pull out all their teeth to do so, because teeth cannot be reduced in size. If they are not removed, they will burst their heads. After everyone's teeth are extracted, the staff will push them into the oven with a car. The oven door was slowly closed after they were placed neatly. The key was used to activate the heating switch. The temperature was set to 220 degrees. After half an hour of heating, they are almost shrunken. After hearing a ding, the oven could be opened. A group of beautiful nurses came in pushing a cart. Take out the frying spatula, carefully scooping up the little people. Slowly put them on a plate. It is important to note that, when handling the little people must be gently held and placed, otherwise they will be injured. Then hand them over to the shrunken staff. Give them to install a special porcelain teeth. And that's the end of the whole process. When the man woke up, he looked down and saw. Then they were relieved. Just then the nurse came in with a cookie. Kevin was shocked. It turned out that one little cookie was a big meal for several people. Was already a big meal for several people. The shrinkage did save a lot of food. Just then the caregiver brought the phone. It was Kevin's wife calling. It turns out that Kevin's wife suddenly regretted it when she was shaving her eyebrows. She didn't do the reduction surgery. Kevin was stunned to hear that. Now he had become a small person. Then the 2 of them can still live together in the future? Kevin had to come alone to the land of the little man. Here is the same as the outside world. There are all the necessary things. Kevin came to his own villa, although now live a rich man's life, but it seems to have lost everything. He could only live here alone in the future. One morning Kevin received a delivery. It was the diamond ring he had given to his wife before, and a huge divorce agreement. Kevin was now 1,000 times smaller. It was impossible to live with his wife anymore. He could only sign the agreement on his stomach because half of his assets had been taken away. Kevin had to move out of the villa. He lived in an ordinary apartment, and he had to work hard every day. Since the downsizing, his life has changed completely. At night Kevin wanted to let off some steam. He came to the party with roses in his arms. He got drunk and had a good time. The next day his friend found Kevin. He told him about a way to get rich. He took a cigar in his hand and said, "You can make 2,000 miniature cigars out of a normal cigar." The price difference was huge, and that's when a friend's nanny caught Kevin's eye. As a doctor, Kevin, he saw right away that the babysitter had a leg problem. After Kevin's treatment, the nanny's leg slowly recovered. One day, the nanny took Kevin to a place. After getting out of the car, he was amazed by what Kevin actually arrived in a slum. The people who lived here were forced to shrink. Kevin instantly seemed to understand something. The shrinking world is not all so beautiful in the fantasy. There were poor people without food everywhere. There are many sick and bedridden old people. The nanny is working here as a caregiver, taking care of these widows and orphans. His kindness touched Kevin. He decided to stay and work with the nanny to take care of these people, help more people in need. Kevin found this life very fulfilling and meaningful. One day Kevin's friend took him to meet a man. It turned out that this man was the doctor who invented the shrinking tree. The staff introduced their underground vault. Inside, there were large villas everywhere, and all kinds of plants and trees were planted. As long as the outside world has, everything is available here. Even if the end of the world comes, they can also live in the underground vault for 200 years. Now the doctor decided to take the first group of human beings to live in the underground vault. Everyone is standing up. They all wanted to be the first ones. Kevin also wanted to go to the underground vault to live, but Nanny didn't want to go, because in the slums, there are still many people who need help. Kevin had no choice but to say goodbye to the nanny. He pulled his suitcase. He walked into the tunnel that led to the underground vault. Looking ahead to the exit not far away, Kevin suddenly felt more alone than ever before. Finally, he made a decision. At the moment when the intersection was about to close, Kevin ran back again, back to the nanny's side, and so the 2 of them boarded a plane to the slums. They decided to stay, to take care of those in need.